line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live back here on PTM Racing TV. We're live here today in Dover, Delaware, here for one last little showcase of the Monster Mile in action. The Beast has not relinquished us his lair yet, so we're going to have to fight him off just one last time here as the RCM Truck Series is going to take on the Beast that lays within Dover Motor Speedway. Hi, everyone. I am the Crusader. Christian Troy joining you guys here today. Get ready for the action here on the call and get ready for the speed that's about to build up. This is going to be a fight out, to say the least, here with some unexpected qualifying results here on the pole. Well, maybe not so uncommon if you think about where he's come from. Ethem Galatani in the 84 will be a number 1 seed. The outside of the 99 is Tabby Ryan. Row number 2, familiar face, Tyler Dahl in the 19. Going to go the inside with the outside of him. And the 30 is Brian V. Macklin. Row number 3 is Steve Ritter in the 87, the outside. And the number 35, it is Jeff Ryan. Row number 4 will be Mike Kelly in the 60 outside. The 48 is Randy Coaching. Row number 5, Jeff Ramsdell in the 97, the outside. And the 23, Charles Van Schaik. Row number 6 is the 7 of Scott Stanley outside. And the 42, Dakota Kramer. Row number 7 is going to be piloted by Chad Coleman. The 5, the outside. And the number 12, Aaron Action Jackson. Row number 8, the 44, Christoph Hall, the outside, and the big 60, John Hickman Jr. Row 9 is going to be Jimmy North, piloting the number 996. His outside will be Jay Randall Watkins, and the number 27. Or excuse me, there will be Maurice Burdett in the 8. Then it's Jay Randall Watkins in 27. Then the outside of him in the 43 is Samuel Hell. That's follows row number 10. Row number 11 will be the 80 of James Smith, the outside of the 89. Russell Ottaway. Row number 12 is Shannon Wood, the 02, the outside. In the 75, the Wild Man, Alan Wild. Final starters in this one. It will be Ron Holyfield in the 11, the outside in the 07, Dejon Monte, and the 96 is Jerry Livingston. Race fans, a mile in length, a mile in speed, a mile in power, and ready to bring on this fine hour. Time for your Race Day Sports Memorabilia Truck Series of Go Racing League to go out of here once again. We'll bring them right off turn number 3 and turn number 4 for the battle that lays ahead. Off turn corner 4 here, we're going to send them off their way into the lair of the beast we go. Send them down the Monster Mile. Let's go racing. Well, that was some serious runoff there from the 84, but Tyler Dalton almost immediately encapsulating that power and encapsulating that speed, trying to take full control with it. 25 laps in stage 1. Lap 60 going to be our stage number 2 here, as we're going to send them right through corner number 3 and 4. With Dalton trying to get to Calatani. Calatani going to look towards it in that 3 and 4 corner I was just mentioning for. Try to save the tires early, but you got to keep momentum up just a little bit. Knows the pressure he's going to be facing in a very brief amount of time. Dalton's already trying to make a move here, trying to get a good corner off here through turn number 2. The field behind him starting to single file out a little bit. Macklin trying to get some runoff there in that corner set. You can see side by side down the bottom lane. Dalton has a slight edge through the corner. Calatani relinquishes the lead. We have a new leader, Tyler Dalton. The 19 regains the lead. He'll be trying to clamber down a little bit quickly and get back to that fight here as Jeff Ryan, the 35, going to go head to head here with the rest of the field with Mike Kelly kind of patrolling the pursuit, surveying the situation, laying him on down. Field moving their way through the spotlight here. James Skinner says Talking Giants for the world. Justin Bennett says Talking Giants for the world. And then Justin says Dover is the 84's home track. Let's do it. James Skinner was how was Martinsville, Justin? And they're asking everyone in the comment section. Bobby Skinner saying Talking Giants for the world. There has been a lot of word there for our boy there in the 84, it appears, on the track. And he's already making a good representation for his team as he is on his home playing field, his home turf. He's from the New Jersey area. Hey, yo. So you got to go a little bit into that drive and a little bit of that fight here on the Dover side in Delaware. A lot of bite coming off corner number 4 here for Tommy Ryan. That 99 still trying to hammer down a little bit to get ahead through the 48 of Randy Coaching. Field starts to separate themselves out more and more into a long-lasting draft pack fight here. By the way, if you read the comment section, Justin's talking about his experience down at Martinsville as well. Brian V. Macklin right now looking towards an opening, looking for a shot in the dark. Calatani trying to defend him down back a little bit. Here's a firm about right off the corner number 2, though. A little side-by-side action occurrence yet again. Calatani, maybe his home track, but right now you are not the guy they're all thinking about. They're just trying to get around you, my friend. He's falling further and further in. Still drag racing right off the front straightaway. May need to start backing down a little bit to catch the corner before it's too late. Ritter, he smelled blood in the water. He's about to it from him. Coming down through the corner. He manages to hang on. You know, that takes a lot of skill to be able to corner off like that and be able to avoid any situations. Good, clean racing so far. Hard racing. But that's the kind of racing we like. 1/13 of the way there so far. Already, I'm very impressed here with how these drivers have handled the nerves, how they've handled the situations. And nearly getting themselves trapped into a little bit of a bad start there, but they're all right. Focusing back on down there on the track here, Chad Coleman, the number 5 Adrenaline Shock, finally last week knocking off a pillar that he's been trying to knock off for quite a while here on the show, and that's get another race win in. He came up short a few times, fired back beautifully last week, and got himself into victory lane down in Old Atlanta. Now he faces an overwhelming daunting task, a track That's extremely difficult to pass on and extremely difficult to master. If you guys watched on our YouTube end earlier on as well, thank you so much for tuning in to the first ever broadcast for the Pistol Racing Monday Night Series at the edition. They get a lot of love there from the fans, a lot of love from the people, and it was kind of good to be back inside of a late model car, so thank you all so much for supporting that one as well on that end for me. But nevertheless here, of course, these drivers are the ones we want to represent. We want to make sure to get all the love and the credit they deserve. Currently putting on a pretty good little show here on the first part. Again, we do know the stage break is coming up, so that will intensify and push everyone back a ways. I think the biggest problem though right now a lot of drivers are going to be kind of noticing here is the lack of extra speed, extra give. They're going to get the Monster Mile again. It's not going to give them a lot of time in openings here. They're going to be facing off more than anything with trying to get a run there into the corner, then entering to the turn, and then having to try to push the other driver up enough to get a little bit of a gain there. Oh! And get gain indeed, but also getting themselves in trouble once in a while. Problems there with Randy coaching. The 48 slash dashed and smacked up Aaron Action Jackson. They're coming on turn number 4. Jackson seems to be okay. Doesn't seem like he took any damage on that one, but it's hard to say from that angle. There is a big little bruise, a big boo-boo, if you will, on that side of that truck. Compared to what Randy Coaching suffered, he suffered a lot more than that. He's going to pit road. He's got a lot of damage. He's got to try to get that cleaned up quickly. Just took a nasty, nasty, nasty little hit there, and ended up costing him a lot more time than I think he realizes. Down the field, trying to make everyone else suffer for that. Well, the Wild Man Wild right now, currently a lap down. Number 75 here trying to bolt it up there to the 44 of Christoph Hall. Do not mind the little loss of voice there. Don't worry, I'm all right on my end. Nice energy drink number 60, looking to get some speed kicked up there on the number 12, Action Jackson. Toyota versus Ford. Hickman Jr. trying to finally get a win in this book this season. He helped out old Caulfield earlier on in one of the races, and since then hasn't really been able to figure out how to get everything together. Bobby Skinner on the broadcast has said, saving tires. Yeah, he could be. He's talking about our boy in the 84, the TJ versus the world. If he is saving tires, again, I'm not surprised. Strategy has always been a big factor here for Calatani. It worked his way in at Martinsville, and he's now trying to figure out how to get it done here in Dover. Well, the one tire specifically I know he is trying to save is without a doubt that right front tire. The right front here is the burner, is the killer. That is going to be an absolute hard hitting affair to get around and having to deal with. And pressuring themselves just to keep it under control is where the biggest issues lie within. Without that right front tire, they will slide up right into that wall every time, with little to no grip or they get off the exit here. So you can set up a strong entry, but you need a very good exit to build that power back up. Calatani, where that it just being his home track and all, he knows he needs to make good decisions and proper runs early on to survive here. Coming down now, 4 laps to go here for stage number 1. We've had a lot of great onboard cameras here and a lot of good shots here early on out of the gate. Drivers just continuing to make great use of their time and effort. And it looks like Don Hickman Jr. making some bigger time off the track here. He's getting run right off there on the number 35 Valvoline of Jeff Ryan. .35 Valvoline Motor Oil Drive 5. Silverado trying to hold off the base, trying to hold off the gap. Don't mind the voice crack there, guys. Meanwhile, back in the pack right now, here are some faces we usually don't see kind of laying around down there, like Dakota Kramer and Samuel Harrell. Even Russell Ottaway, way off the pace here. I don't know, maybe they're just trying to save themselves here in this stage or what they're up to, but way off the pace and not going as hard as I think honestly they should. With a guy like Tyler Dalton literally just coming up right behind you. I don't know if that was necessarily a smart move here. 2 more laps to go. Here we go, coming through corner number 3 and a 4. Tyler Dalton looking maybe to get some lap traffic scooting up his way. Brian V. McElmanaging to kick Calatani's wrath here a little bit. As Kelly and Ritter try to draft off, get a little bit of power, a little extra speed and kick. They've got time, but will they have the opportunity? Gonna find out here coming through the final 2 corners. Well, there's no surprise here, ladies and gentlemen. This one will belong to the number 19. Tyler Dalton wins stage number 1. And Calatani able to hold off Kelly and Ritter there by just the slightest bit of margin of error there, so that will certainly help out their cause there. But there is your stage number 1 winner. More stage points, and more rewards. The reign of terror from Tyler Dalton continues. Constantly, every single week, every single race, I always keep wondering, what on earth will happen if he even gets anywhere near that place and he take down. It's crazy to see where and how far it really takes you to. So pretty much the whole field going to pit road. I mean, what else were we expecting there? Have to see how the pit stops here work, see what they can do to the table here. Pit road, Calatani will be the first driver out of there. Tommy Ryan, Scott Simley, Jack Coleman, and Charles Van Schaik, the other field out. And Dalton and Ritter taking all 4 sets of tires. Just fuel for Alan Wild. And I believe everybody else taking just only fuel and tires there. So that's a bit of an interesting strategy. Charles Van Schaik back at pit road, so that'll move Tyler Dalton up another spot. That'll give him plenty of opportunity to make some run here. There's a lot of big opportunities to strike with, and there's a lot of tough calls to make with here when you have to make every run and every move count. So right now the driver's currently just kind of weighing in the options, trying to weigh in their thought processes. Of course, we talk about how difficult trying to save your equipment, trying to keep yourself cool and under check can be. Feeling the pressure as well that comes with these kind of races, these kind of battles here. Everything gets put on full display and full power. And remember, they only got 3 extra sets of tires, 130 laps to work with. But there are no fast repairs and only 2 green-white checkers. I think the fuel-wise, honestly, probably is the least their concerns. I think that'll work out okay in their favor, except for that final stage. That could be a little tricky, considering it is 60 laps to the distance from there, or 70 laps to the distance from there. Stage number 2 going to end up at lap number 60, so 30 more laps going to be put down on the track. 30. Interesting strategy. Calatani opted to go to the outside line rather than to play the inside, so I'm interested to see how this works here for him. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but it's a very interesting little strategy to try to use. Setting it back down around off turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen here. Ryan Calatani going to lead their way off. And I think I might have figured out why Calatani used that outside line as the green flag runs off. He wanted to get the best jump start he could, so he used the outside line as leverage. Now that I think about it, that's actually brilliant. You think about it for a second here, because you use the outside, that's where all the push-up is. You try to use the bottom, you're not going to get as much grip and push-up there. And he's using it really well so far, taking the really little lead. Drivers continue to maneuver through their way back to the track. Chad Coleman currently holding second place line down right now. There's any surprise here. He's on 4 trucks at the tires, of course. But how well his one-run strategy plays out will be on his end, and that will definitely be questioned in a minute because we got a problem down there. Jimmy North, the 996 DuPont, going for a little bit of a ride off turn number 2. Caution flag is out. Caution flag, first of the day, out on the track here for Jimmy North. We'll take a look at the P10 race team. It's a replay presented by Race Day Sports Memorabilia. Well, old Jimmy got really lucky. He didn't get clapped or tapped there a few other places. He got a little nudge there from Aaron Action Jackson. Not completely sure where that kind of came from or where that kind of started at, but might have just been a little bit of a racing ordeal here. Jackson just kind of coming up into it. Just kind of clipped him on around and sent him on his way. And Jimmy North, I don't think, exactly very appreciative of that. And it looks like Aaron Action Jackson going to go to pit road, so I think he's already kind of expecting he's going to get an EOL for that move. Well, that restart that Calatani just had pretty much now just completely got denullified. I say denullified because now he's going to have to try to figure out what to do and where to kind of play this thing out at here. See what he can kind of throw under the box and under the steam here and see if maybe there's any momentum he can carry through with. Chad Coleman again getting that monkey off his back just last week, needing to get that win, getting that victory. Even though he said he knows he didn't really need it, you know, I think in his mind and in my mind too, he absolutely had eventually to do something. Had to get something figured out quicker rather than later. As much as I was glad to see him get it done too, I mean, it definitely also kind of points out just the absolute craziness and where they kind of play out here. the field. Right now, I'm going to launch back up into position. I'm presuming that Calatani is probably going to be looking at that outside line as a restart zone again. Game plan is now being put to good work, and field now ready to straddle him back down on in and settle him up. And Calatani is indeed going to go to the outside and make that move. Lingering their way back on around through turn number 4. Gas them up, strap them down. Let's hit that loud pedal and put the pedal to the metal again, boys. Green flag high in the air and over. Well, no surprise here. These drivers are getting a huge start out of the gate. They're trying to push their limits up a little bit. Calatani immediately trying to escape the wrath of what's right behind them. Now Charles Van Schaik now gone into pit road. That may have sent Dalton back a little bit further to the back here, but now that's also sent other drivers like Tommy Ryan down in and off the gate here. And I say the reason I bring Charles up is because again he had to go to back to pit road. Not totally sure why that was on the initial restart. The 23 having a little bit of trouble there, and then having to find himself back in that situation now with what we got going on. 4 fresh tires will do this for you. Dalton leads it again. I think what Calatani's strategy is that he's trying to save all of his sets of tires, the 3 sets, for the very, very long, enduring end of this race. And he's honestly trying to not to let too many things take control of his mind or his mentality, and trying to stay focused on the overall picture, which is, again, win the race out as long and as fast as you can. Long haul run, it's a long haul fight. You got to take control of your chances to take control of the race's mobility when you need to most. That's the way I'm kind of looking at it right now. That's the way I'm kind of feeling it here with the way this is positioning. Ron Holyfield, the 11 Snap Auto Parts machine, trying to keep a little bit of common ground at his end, but unfortunately this isn't quite the high bank track that he was hoping to make it work on. Livingston kind of put him off right around in the corners there. Charles Van Schaik now having a little bit of company coming back his way. Here comes the action man, Aaron Action Jackson. Cranks up the music, cranks up the loud turner, and toms down the volume. He's got all he wants. Calatani falling further and further back too. Again, this is what those tires will do to you if you're not too careful on what you lose out on. Lost to Hickman Jr., lost to Ritter and Ryan. Now just trying to stabilize down in position. Giving JV North getting a little bit of a little resurgence here. Reese Burnett kind of sent backpacking around here. Charlie Shank trying to hold off 996 here. See if he's able to successfully accomplish that here. Well, maybe not this time around. 2, 3, and 4. That will give it to the 996. North looking for some run, looking for some gain ground. 3 wide. just for a brief fleeting moment, they're entering into turn number 1. Oh boy. Mike Kelly shot way up top side. It's the number 27 to Jay Randall Watkins. Guy last time out had a lot of momentum and potential, but unfortunately, as we always say, the old Racing Lords did not quite give you the same kind of enduring treatment or luck. And that ends up sipping his way back on around. Jackson trying to make another run off here. Watkins right now trying to get close as he can. Oh! Flipped up right in between! And there goes Watkins! Caution is out here. It looked like Jackson might have got a little bit of that wall and slapped Watkins right there. It looked like Macklin managed to escape with a little bit of a break there, but the same can't be said for the 27. An extremely good run coming to an end. And a lot of lost potential there. It looked like he was building up, just completely thrown out of the gate. You see a slight little clip up. And then you see right there, there's Jackson. Then bam! Slams it right on the inside barrier there. Thankfully, no damage to the barrier, but a lot of damage probably to the mind and ego of Watkins there. After that little clip, believe me, I know because I've dealt with that before. Yeah, there's a slight tap. You see Jackson try to save it. Look at Backlund, man. Oh my, he had to save that bad boy. Got back on the gas pedal and saved it so quickly. He knew he was in trouble if he didn't do it. Watkins, though, he is done. Yeah, he's done. He's done. He's gonna call it a day here, folks. He's calling this one out. Disappointing finish there for him, but as we always say, sometimes in the racing world, sometimes that's just racing, son. So the field now going to have to try to regroup and refresh, restretch, and settle up back down around the track. So the field now going to try to get Strat back down here. Looks like Dalton decided to take a different approach compared to what Calatani did earlier. It looks like he's going to try to go towards the inside run off the start rather than what most other drivers were doing right out of the gate here. Hinted and stabilized up a bit here, ladies and gentlemen, coming down through turn number 2 here. The field got cleared out of there and it's now set for turn 4's restart zone. Back onto the green, and Dalton, oh boy, he did not get off the line like he was hoping for. Oh, neither did Macklin. Oh my, caution's out, oh boy. And I think that might be the end of Macklin, yep. Macklin is done. He is done. I tell you, I'm not even going to try to even argue that one. What the heck happened on the restart? Look at the restart. What is Samuel doing? What is he going with that? I'm not even sure what Samuel was up to there on that restart. It looked like he was trying to find a little bit of a jump, if you will, and then end up just completely jumping Macklin out of here. That did not look good at all. Let's take one more look at here from the chopper cam. You see where Harrell is, you can see where he's lined up to. And Van Schaik did not get off the line. So Van Schaik was the one that kind of slowed down Harrell, but then everything else, I don't even know where to begin. That is unfortunate as it gets for Macklin, but as I kind of know all too well right now, that's just one of those deals. Now, a lot of drivers heading to pit road here, it looks like, so it looks like they're already kind of trying to strategize this one up a little bit. There's stage breaks nearly coming to an end here. Scott says Joe Chad Coleman, and he says also the 43 caused that. I will not disagree with that. I think it is a pretty good guess that it was him that kind of started that up a little bit there, unfortunately. Big question now is when and where will these drivers be able to take from here, and can they start focusing in on their round by round basis and start taking control of their race habits? A lot of overwhelming and tough terrains to deal with and pressure to face here. Considering how many laps are left on the track and what is left to go through with this. We're going to reel our way back on around here. Lights are still on the pace truck here, so we're going to get a few more, we're going to at least another lap around the track. See if these drivers can figure this out here. They can start to kind of dive in a bit more. I think the toughest branch right now is currently just trying to figure when and where is the right move time to make even big moves or make some big jumps here, especially considering how tough it is to get some passes done and get some runs going with this kind of race. So here we go now. Drivers preparing it up yet again. They're looking to try to set a little score up a bit, maybe trying to relax themselves down just enough to be able to hang on here. Railing them off through turn number 4. A little slight damage to the left rear there of the 19. Kind of think that might have been from the last restart there he might have got himself into. Let's see how that handles. I'm surprised he's staying in that bottom lane too. Honestly, I thought he might have tried to shot to the top side, but no, he'll get a better restart this time. Green flag back on out. Look at Calatani though, and Hickman Jr. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. They're trying to hunt him down a bit. Dalton trying to get as many stage points as he can grab here. Calatani trying to aim for some as well. But it's Hickman Jr. He's not here for stage points. I think right now what he's after is to send a message to this entire field and let them know he's here to play and he's here to fight. And he's already trying to get something growing on Dalton, but he just cannot get enough run on him. Time's running out. Down to the final 4 laps here in stage number 2. If Dalton's gonna make a move, he's got to keep Hickman Jr. literally right behind him, trying to defend him off every corner. If Hickman Jr. can get a good run on the straights, he got something for him in the turns. He's driving a much better corner there and a much better turn than Dalton is. Hickman Jr. well aware of that. 2 more now for this one, or 3 more. More chances, 3 more opportunities here with a set of corners and turns to dive in with. Gonna try and set them back a few seconds here and set them on around the corners here. Dalton's starting to put a little bit of extra gas pedal in it. Much better corner off turn number 4 than last time. 2 more. Scott trying to get his boy Ritter to do something to happen here. Well, right now, unless he gets something, a little bit more power under that hood, I don't know if he's going to have any chance to really get anything figured out. I think Dalton may have outsmarted them all again. 1 more to go. Top 5 going to really be in a hard troubleshoot fight for those elusive pit road spots. Jackson trying to clip the 84 around off the turn. Trying to get it right around him off that turn there, but now Ryan going to focus right back at it and completely ruin the momentum. Costing them both big time. Tyler Dalton, though, nothing to worry about here. Stage number 2 belongs to him. So now, just a few more laps and we're halfway done with this race here. Tyler Dalton taking on both stage wins. And absolutely scaring the drivers as usual. With raw power and raw cunning yet again. Well, now he still has 1 big final stage remaining on the clock. So Alan Wild, Mike Kelly, Maurice Burnett, Russell Ottaway, Samuel Harrell, Jeff Ramsdale are all going to stay out a little bit. We're going to focus our attention still to pit road. See who gets in and out quickly here. From pit road, Ritter will be the first one out, then Ryan, Dalton, Hickman Jr., and Calatani gonna barely edge out Shannon Wood and Tommy Ryan. So now this becomes a tire and a fuel strategy kind of race. I say that by simply just taking one control over the muck and over the puck here. field now has got the picture. They know what they must do. Who will be able to hang on? Who will be able to bring this one to the edge? We're going to find out here now, live on BTM Racing TV. Just give them one more lap around, it appears. Looks like they want to try to get reset, remarkered, and refired in their proper spots here. You got to think, too, those pit road stops, obviously, at 62, where some were on 47.51, they had stayed out. They are absolutely looking like they want to try to plan out a very different strategy compared to everybody else. I don't know how well that would work, but they're going to go for it. You know what kind of strategy and planning they'll do with it. Firing back down off corner number four here. Back to the restart. And it will be anybody's race from here on out. Let's finish this one out here, boys. Oh, hold on down there. Hold on, hold on. Oh, big trouble coming out turn number one. We got one car flying into the fence. The 99.6 of Jimmy North is in the fence. Jackson was the initial spin there, getting into Charles Van Schaik, and Jimmy North, unfortunately, almost insinuating him into the grandstands. Wait a minute, they're still green. Wait, what? Why are they still green? There's a truck on the top of the fence. Get him out of there. Oh, my. Caution finally out. What on earth? They didn't even get the green. They didn't get the yellow flag out till late. I don't know if the officials just couldn't see what was going on down there until they finally saw that. But nevertheless, all right, look at it here and see. Oh, Jimmy North. Oh, whoa. I'm not sure if that was a seat for Jackson earlier or what that was all about, but he got Jackson, and then all of a sudden Jackson, I think, just completely pretty much took him out of the water there, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. That looked pretty blatant to me, but at the same time, I think he kind of got, looked like he kind of got run right back at him for playing that game, unfortunately. I don't think the monster liked it at all, and neither did Jackson or Charles Van Schaik. We'll take one more look at it. I could just be overreacting, but to me that looked a little suspicious. Well, you guys made the call on that one. That's a tough one, but it definitely had a little bit of time to back off on the corner, in my opinion. Got trapped up there and pretty much taken out of this race. So a very tough break there for Jimmy North and Aaron Action Jackson and Charles Van Schaik, but I think honestly that could just be one of those deals that really nobody could have escaped from had the situation been kind of any different. We'll have to see how the judges have ruled that one, though. To me, that one looks a little suspicious, though, I will say. So field now got the picture, and they've got themselves in all sorts of a workaround here. And this field right now at this time too, as well, probably they're so focused on those restarts, trying to stay out of trouble, just trying to keep their heads up and keep themselves in a good spot. Only to then have to completely get thrown out of the wire and out of the problematic zones. Able them down off the corners here and trying to hopefully get themselves somewhat relatively calmed down a bit. This is now up to them to set the tone and set the bar. Bringing them back to off corner number 4 here, back to the green flag race start zone. Here we go again. Mike Kelly, a big run out of the gate, going to try to take the early advantage. Jeff Ramsdale trying to make a little bit of a run here, trying to get his first win of the season and a victory trip he's not had in a while. John Hickman Jr. though also in that fight, in that fray. Every driver for themselves here, coming down off the corner, down Wild Man Wild, slowing down Ryan just a little bit and getting Dalton kind of caught up there too. Calatani desperately trying to build some speed and build some more power back up. This being his home track, and all eyes are on him for this one. Daryl Stevens saying, way to come back there, Russell. Hey, getting a little love. She's getting a little love there, Russell Ottaway down there. As for who you were asking about down there, to Ritter. Ritter had gone into pit road on lap 62, and it looks like he took a 2 set of tires there, so he's only working with 2 sets of tires right now on the right side. Oh! And looks like he'll deal with a little bit of right side damage too with it. From the nose, just clipped up a little bit. He just got slapped up there by the 02 of Shannon Wood. Both drivers trying to hang on right now as both guys clearly taking each other and dog hounding the other. Ritter getting right on the cusp of it. Wood not down now. Pretty much ditching it right out at him there. Now Wild Man Wild now going to be separated back from the pack again. It's Tommy Ryan and Chad Coleman trying to maneuver their way through. Fresher sets of tires, fresher fuel, and a lot more momentum will give this year in many ways and many advantages. Ramsdale right now, he's looking good, and he's looking pretty strong here. The 97, it's the first time all season we've actually been able to see any kind of power out of him. It looks like he's got his sights set for the lead at last. Kelly trying to hold him down, trying to keep the blockage off, trying to keep him away from it. Dalton, John Hickman Jr. also keeping their way into the place and into the position. Dalton going towards the inside, looking for a run, looking for a seam. He's got one on Hickman Jr. There's the crossover. Dalton has been having pretty much the season of a lifetime, and he's already now making good work of it, crossing through every single driver. Anything that moves, anything that breathes, he doesn't care. He wants all of it. The reign of terror, it continues from Tyler Dalton. Now Mike Kelly, though, might be feeling that rain in just a minute. They'll have about 51 laps remaining coming to the line here the next time on by. Coming down the inside turn, Dalton got the runs, got the seam, and the other TSN service is going to be putting into service the race lead again. Dalton now grabs the race lead away. But again, look at how many laps there are. Look at how many fuel runs he's going to have to figure out here. Is driving this aggressive a smart move? Is it going to be the best playing move here? If it continues to go this late and go this length here, this could change things up a little bit. Coming up on the outside, clipping him down. Ramsdell, he'd give him credit where credit's due. He tried his hardest to get something going, but he is now looking further and further back in the pack here. This is where Kalatani's saving tires method really comes into use. It comes into play and strategy. Because the fact that he saved his tires means now he has a little bit more edge and a little bit more grip to rip and script this thing around. Chad Coleman trying to hold him off down out the turns here. Coleman going to the inside. Oh no, wait a minute, trouble down there from Reese Burnett. And he's calling it a day. He's getting out of the track. He's off the track. We're still going to remain green. Bit of a scare there for the drivers and a scare for us here because really we were seeing what this long run could finally put to the table. Ramsdell showing how bad tires wear and tear on this kind of track. Those tires are long, long gone, and I believe I know exactly how he's feeling. Carol Stevens says, well, Russ showed in 4th, now 20. Well, he did have a little bit of an extra strategy there. I will not lie there, Miss Carol. He had a pretty good idea what he was up to. He was trying to stay out of pit road as long as he could when everyone else went in by simply going into pit road earlier than everybody else. And he's taken his fuel and tire strategy and threw it in there at everybody else, but it just did not quite work in favor to his liking. Kelly losing more speed and power. Now Calatani getting ahead as Tommy Ryan making some impressive little showcase moves here in the VA811.com, number 99. Love the fact that he's able to kind of keep mixing it up and trying to find every little turn, finding every little angle he can possibly to do. To take a little bit more of a breather, then a little bit more of a hold shot, then on the rest of the field. With every driver here, of course, though, having to go head to head with one another and then having to try to take the other to their limit, it really does kind of show you the overall progression and power you have to use at your disposal and at your best. 130 laps in this race, 85 laps now in the books, going on to lap 86. Timing, momentum, team maneuvers, they are being a very, very tall order here. Shannon Wood and Alan Wild right now, they're both just trying to hold on for what it's worth to the Alpha Men podcast. Number 75 here, having a lot of grip, wear and tear, and a little bit of trouble here or there. Coming right off now, Calatani and Ryan lingering their way through here off turn 2, and you can just see Calatani now starting to feel pressure from Ryan, but Ryan also could be trying to help him out a little bit. You can see the pressure and the power. It's now folding on Hickman Jr. Hickman Jr. making a great little fight there to try to get up there to Dalton. Dalton getting to escape once again. He wants to continue his reign of terror, but the driver in his home track, his homeland, with some help behind it and a little bit of pressure to put up with, you just know there are no gimmies here. But time is starting to fuel out, starting to run out a little bit as well. And that fuel run, also a big factor here. It's going to be a very keen position. You get a keen position here. Mike Kelly getting out of pit road, immediately trying to hold up some runs, trying to hold up some power here. As we got a little bit of a jump ahead here. Jeff Ramsdell losing a lot of speed here. He does have a slight bit of clip up there on the corner and on the truck there. Could be affecting him pretty badly as they start to linger their way around. Alan Wild trying to even stick with him there in the 75. Hard Chargers today here, they will certainly be far in between. But Jerry Livingston certainly fits the bill. 18 spots up. The man started the very outhouse of the field, only to absolutely put pressure on all drivers who dare try to say he can't hold it with the best of them. Samuel Rell trying to also kind of keep it in motion, trying to keep up the pace here a little bit. As Carol's still loving her boy Russ, trying to get some moves here across the playing field and across the track. And Sweetwater 89 is getting a little bit of a grip and a little bit of ground. Quite the damage on the right side of that truck there. You see the right little opening there, that right side opening down. That's not just for show. That literally is an actual opening on the truck, and with that damage there, it does slow it down a little bit on the aerodynamic flow of the truck, which can cause the truck to either get a little bit more tighter or it could be a little harder to control. Either way, it is certainly there, and it's certainly giving some problems out there. Steve Ritter in the 87 right now trying to jump in front here of both drivers in the 84 and the 99. Tommy, I gotta believe, not too thrilled about that. Really doesn't want anything to do with him over there. Oh! Calatani chapping that wall up a little bit. He slapped that wall worse than I usually slap it there at Lyman Land Motorsports Park in a dirt street stock. Oh, and now Ryan looks like he's getting tired of waiting around down there. Shifts up the 84 to Boston and sends its way, set sail for the front. Tommy Ryan going to have a little help as well. Jeff Ryan, family member, right behind him, but great defensive blocking from Calatani. He didn't just take down one driver, he took down two of them, but Jeff not going to give him that up that easily. Like I tried to make a pass on the 84, he's going to force the 84 back that low yet again here. Dalton is loving every minute of what he's hearing, what he's seeing, because that means he doesn't have to worry about him. He doesn't have to worry about that kind of situation. Ryan will blink first out of the top drivers here in the pack. Fastest time so far today. Setting unprecedented good speeds here at 23.32 though. Was the fastest clocked in from what I am gathering. And that was set by the man Steve Ritter. Steve Ritter getting a great time out there, and then Tyler Dalton certainly keeping up his momentum, keeping up his charge there, but didn't quite have the same boat, the same situation. Only at 29 laps remaining in this race. Lost a lot of time there coming off down through turn number 3 and 4, and then 1 and 2, dealing with Jeff Ryan there for a minute. Dalton knows he can't lose much more time up here. The 19 continues to lose time, lose ground. Yeah, really hurt his chances here. And he's losing a lot of ground here. Look at this. That is a lot of time he's losing right at this moment. Those 3/10 of a second, man, those absolutely shoot and hurt you more than anything. I'm going to go on board here at Calatani. I think he might be saving that truck a bit. Yep, he's saving. He's saving the fuel and he's saving the tires. Let's see what Dalton's strategy is here. Let's see if he saves it. No, he's not saving fuel. He's running it out to the ground. So, I don't know. This could be a very, very tough obstacle for him here, and he knows it. They both went on lap 62, so they're going to be pushing their luck a little bit. I think Calatani's hoping to catch a break here and maybe be able to make it last out just a little longer. But he was losing a lot of ground, then he was trying to gain a lot of ground. I think they're both kind of in the same boat here. 3 wide, nearly off of turn number 4, but definitely turn 1 entered in quickly and coming up fast. The entire field right now gapping them up. Carroll's starting to get happy to be your boy right now. He's 8th position right now. He's moving. Sweetwater, Toyota Tundra number 89, not out of this yet. Speaking of not out of this yet here, how about James Smith here getting a little bit of a fight out here and charging up quite a bit. Kind of sinking his way down into the corners, into the turns here. And speaking of sinking their way around, Dalton and Calatani both entered into pit road. It'll be a race out to see who can race the other out of pit road quickly. We'll try to focus in our attention on both drivers here as well as the race leaders. Dalton trying to hurry in, Calatani trying to do the same. I think his fuel strategy will be just take the minimum you have to and get out of there. I don't know if they want to go for tires here in this case. Well, Dalton's going for tires. Calatani going for tires. Kramer going to stay out. That will set the field up again. All 4 is going for Calatani here. I think Dalton just took 2 sets. Dalton had indeed only taken a 2 set of tires. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. That could be a very noisy and big move strategy. A bold strategy and a big maneuver off. That's certainly going to take a lot of fight to get set up here. Coming right down with 20 laps to go right at the moment. Kramer trying to get some long run fight out. He's going to on lap 62 tires though, and lap 62 fuel, so he's already pushing a heck of a lot of luck here and a heck of a lot of positioning here for him and his team. It's not to say it can't work. It can definitely work out. But the question is, will it be able to stick out the long haul and roll? Right now, James Smith getting him further up ahead. Russell Ottaway in the top 5. Christoph Hall opening up in the top 10 here. Everybody on the lead lap except for those trying to get back up to Kramer here. Those that were passed up, I believe, include everybody from 7th on back. That is who currently has been passed up by this 42. But that could change easily in a minute. So right now, Dalton getting back around ahead here, finally getting some power back underneath him. John Hickman Jr. trying to hurry up and get to John Hickman Jr., but it's too little too late here. Almost 3 wide, saloon there down to the corner. Christoph Hall throwing back a few fakes here, in fact, a few places. Nothing you can do about that. And the M. Calatani hoping for a break, hoping for a little bit of luck or a bit of help, but I think he's honestly going to get out duped again. Sammy Harrell playing a very, very big strategy here. The 43 Guns N' Roses has not had any luck or any breaks this season, to say the least. It's interesting to me, though, how long and how far he's drawn the strategy out. He's kind of played everything in between to then try to make this kind of move. But it looks like he is currently slowing down a lot here, and he's giving a lot of time up here to these drivers. I don't even know if these trucks honestly can last out that long either. I think in some regards it should be able to, but in other ways, I don't think it will. Honestly, I think it may be kind of pointed up a little too far and a little too well. Laps left, and now Tony finally getting around him here. Well, maybe too little too late. Harrell hoping for a little bit of a break here. Kramer is starting to slow up, but he is also slowing up too and giving these guys behind him a lot of room and a lot of breathing opportunities. James Smith takes some early pace, some early consequences here, and trying to do what he could. Tommy Ryan, Tyler Dalton right now, they are both in a fever pitch battle here. They both know what is up for grabs, what's on the line. Points, championship implications, and whether maneuvering here through every ounce and every leg up they can get. Settling back down around, and Kramer finally admitting to defeat. Samuel Harrell trying to hold on. He's running out of laps, so he's got 9 laps he's got to complete. He's got about a 6-second lead over Scott Simley. Simley about to lose that over as well. CJ Sturgill saying, go Samuel Harrell. They want to see him do it. But he's losing time, and he's losing ground. He's losing a lot of time and ground here. He's got to be careful. He needs Tommy Ryan to keep Tyler Dalton behind him. He wants any chance. 8 laps remain. They're coming up fast. Tyler Dalton, there he goes. He's going to try it. Going to try to make the pass. Going to hold him down. Ryan trying to keep it. They're going to get a little bit close together. Right off the corner. And Ryan somehow, someway holds out Dalton. They gave about a half a second back there to Harrell, but again, Harrell is running out of speed. He needs these two to keep fighting if he wants any chance here. He's running out of even less speed too. He's out of trying to round lap traffic. Will these two touch, or will they get into it a little bit more? Ryan trying to hold him back. He doesn't want Dalton to pass. He's fighting him. He's trying. This is some absolutely incredible battle between the two heavy hitters. Two juggernauts going at it, with one trying to get himself back to the top of the mountain. 2.5 seconds remain off the clock there for him with 6 laps to go. Samuel, you have got company coming, sir. They're not far behind you. Tommy back down low, defending off Dalton as much as he possibly can. Harrell will have to block as well. There's the position. 5 laps to go. Can he hang on? Harrell is in deep, deep trouble. He's just trying and he's hoping, but I don't think the strategy is going to work out in his favor. Look at him block in the middle. He's trying to keep him away from the draft. He's trying to hold him not down to the turn. He goes wide. Ryan going to the inside. They'll club him down around turn number 4, and Tommy Ryan's going to get him. Now can Dalton hold on? Top 5 on your screen now. The rest of the field continue through. Look at Calatani making some leeway here. He's not done yet. He might have a little something. He's hoping for a break, hoping for a caution, anything to help him get back up to them and get one more shot at fighting him out. Tommy Ryan, though, still holding him down. Got Tyler Dalton beat out in the corners. It's Tommy the Lone Crusader to stop the reign of terror. Is he the knight in shining armor they want? We're going to see here, but he still has a couple of laps left to fight with it. Coming back around right out the corners here. Samuel Rell opening the door up for Calatani and Chad Coleman. Calatani will move into third. Ryan hoping and praying for another set of good laps here. Dalton looking on. He can't do anything about it at this point. You can see the gap in the fading of the truck. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the white flag this time on by. Tommy Ryan did everything right in the final legs of this race. He blocked, he defended, he took in, and he drive this bad boy into the ground. And he is going to stop for now anyway. The reign of terror this time around. Your winner of Del River Speedway is going to be the 99 Tommy Ryan. My. Mr. Tommy Ryan. Despite all the feathers kipped, despite all the rough and tumble and duking it out, kind of battling out, shootout kind of racing, Tommy Ryan defends off the field, and especially a hard racing Tyler Dalton to claim this one. Celebration time for the 99 camp. What a race. What a race. Celebration there for the Tommy Ryan camp, and it's good use as well, and well deserved. Takes down Tyler Dalton. Chad Coleman managing to make his way into the third spot. John Hagman Jr. going to go forward. Mike Kelly fifth. Scott Tinley sixth. Seventh to Jeff Ryan. Calatani, home crowd kid, going to get a top 10 out of this one. Shannon Wood ninth. 10th to Jerry Livingston. That rounds out your top 10 in this one. Oh my goodness, folks. Oh my goodness. This was a fight out from point A to point B. And you can't say for 1 second there was a single fan not standing on their feet watching the final legs of this race. It could have gone down either way. Unfortunately for Harrell, it went somewhere else he did not want to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to chat with your top 3 drivers now here on the chat here and on the channel. Going to be interesting to hear everybody's position on this one here and see how they felt about this race overall. We're going to start off with our third place finisher today. He's on the screen now, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Coleman here, going to take home a top 3 yet again here in Chad. Winner last week, podium this week. Yet again, the streak continues for podiums here. How the heck is things going on for you today?
Oh, it was pretty good. I didn't have anything for neither one of the guys who finished in front of me. They were both a good bit quicker than I was on the long run. I was hurting the right front tire. I was driving through it a little bit too much. But we'll take third. Third is pretty good. Made a decision right there to put 2 on with 30 to go and hung on. Get another podium finish.
Taking our podium finish, another run around here for you and the team. I know this was a long fight from point A to point B, but I mean, for you to come away here in a track like this, I mean, to be able to slay some drivers down with the beast inside, I mean, how much was this kind of the meaning for you today?
It was nice. Like, it was a pretty good race. We had some long green flag runs in there, and we had a couple of cautions, which I mean that's to be expected with Dover. Because stuff happens really fast here, but yeah, I mean, I'll take what I got. Like, I told Tommy probably halfway through the race, I was like, man, you're so much faster than everybody else after about 25 laps. And when he got out front right there, I figured Tyler would catch him. I just didn't know if he could get by him, and it proved pretty true right there. Tommy was starting to gain a little bit on him right there as the race ended. So, but yeah, I didn't have anything for either one of them, so I'm just happy to finish third.
Happy to finish third and happy to see you bring home another podium. I mean, who do you want to thank you for this one, there, sir?
Yeah, thank you guys for broadcasting. Thank Charles and everybody with Goat, and anybody else who makes this deal happen with the diecast companies and everything. So thanks to all those guys. Thanks Trey Edson for painting this truck for me a couple of years ago. It still looks pretty good even with the number change.
Certainly does indeed, Coleman. Congratulations bringing this one on home for third, bud.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Jack Coleman, ladies and gentlemen. He'll take home a solid third place. Second today, though, will, of course, be the man who has gone on the reign of terror, Tyler Dalton, taking home a nice second place today. And Tyler, man, you had a lot of fight, a lot of battle, but I think really the battle everybody wants to know is what was going through your mind dealing with Tommy Ryan there on the last about 10 laps or so. You two put on a show.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tommy was on 4 tires there. We decided to take 2 on the last pit stop, and they felt great until about 5 to go was when it finally started to fall off. I felt like if we could have got by Tommy when we were racing him, we would have been able to pull away with clean air. But it just felt like every time we caught a lap car, and nothing they were doing wrong, but like every time when that I would get a run on Tommy would catch a lap car, and I had to fall in line. And by the time I was able to really get a good run on him, our tires had started to equalize a little bit, and he pinched me down, but he raced me clean. And just a situation where the tires started to equalize out there, and then the last 5 laps, his 4 tires were better than my 2. But man, I feel like we threw that one away a little bit. Probably should have taken 4 tires, but we went with the gamble, and it almost paid off.
Almost paid off, almost giving you a chance there. I mean, I know you probably wanted to look at doing something else differently here in these kind of races. Was there anything maybe you want to try to do differently to try to take him down a few notches for these guys as well?
Well, it's just there were so many different strategies going on there. I know Mike Kelly had pitted early, and he just left us, so I knew he was going to be out pretty far. So I was a little surprised how fast we ran him back down. But that was part of my reason on taking 2 there was just so many different strategies. I know Tommy had pitted 6 laps before I did, so he was going to have the gap from tires. But honestly, I just needed to get by Tommy sooner there, and I think we would be able to hold him off. But he did a good job of holding us off, and he earned that win.
Earn that win, and you're going to at least take home a second place today as well. So who do you want to thank you for this one, sir?
I just want to thank all the Sim 500 Mafia. I thank all the admins here at the GOAT Series and Sim 500 for putting on these races. They do a really good job. We had a really good race tonight. Well, thank you for putting on the broadcast, and hopefully we can get them next time.
For sure there. Well, Tyler, thank you so much for your time down there, bud.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Dalton taking it home for a second place finish today. But the man who's going to outrun him this time around, he ends the reign of terror for just a second here. Tommy Ryan bringing this one home. And Ryan, if this was ever your time, it probably was this one, buddy.
I know. I was racing the hell out of Tyler there for the win, and I didn't realize he was on 2, which I would have done the same thing regardless. But then when I broke free from him and then he couldn't walk back to me, I was like, he must be right there cooling his tires off because he's going to start pouncing again any second. And then he just never came, and he actually fell off some more. And I was like, and then Chad Coleman, I was in channel with him, and he was like, yeah, he took 2 tires. And I was like, well, I'm gone. So here we are. Worked out.
Here you are, worked out, taking a whole lot of momentum in a lot of crazy situations and time to be alive. I mean, I know with the way things were kind of playing out, the way things were kind of going for you and this team, I know there was a lot that was a desired and really a trade you wanted to try to hang in there with. But I mean, for you and this crew to be able to come away here with another race win this season, I mean, not many drivers have been able to even get that done. I mean, what's it feel like for you today to even get that situated?
It feels good. It gives you a lot of confidence going anywhere, any track. So it makes you feel like, hey, I can do this as long as I, don't do anything stupid. So, yeah. It's hard. I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it definitely, you got to take some chances and try some things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless there, Tommy, you got another win to your name. Do you want to thank you for this one, sir?
Yeah. My sponsor 811 and Northern Tool and Equipment and Charles and you guys for putting on the show. And like I say, man, it's fun. I like the stages. It's a lot different than what I'm typically do, so brings a whole new dynamic to it. So appreciate everything.
For sure there. Tommy, congratulations bringing this one home to victory lane, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Tommy Ryan, ladies and gentlemen, taking the victory away here from Tyler Dalton, and the reign of terror will stop for now, but that doesn't mean it won't continue the next time around on Saturday night. We'll see then. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll have another call here Wednesday night, as we'll be back with you Thursday as well. And I believe Saturday and Sunday we'll be back here. So for now, I send you off with this. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys. See you next time when the green flag flies on PTM Racing TV.